Hello everyone and welcome back to Farm Simulator 22. We're back here on No Man's Land with Grober Games. So last month we got all our beans out, we got all our ground limed, and we also got some grass sown. So we've had a pretty productive month last month. And it's the first time in the series that it's not a 2-month episode. Granted, earlier this month, sorry, didn't realize there was a bunch of grass laying there. Earlier this month we didn't quite hit that stride, so to speak, but we ended up getting all our what was I gonna say? We ended up getting all the tasks done that we want for the most part. The few tasks we got left is we're gonna get the rest of our slurry hauled today. Oh, and that's what I was gonna look at. I haven't looked at the markets for quite a while. Oh shoot. Well, that's what we need to get done today is get our oats hauled in and sold. I was gonna start power washing equipment and get that all taken care of, but we need to get that done now. So one thing I'm gonna do, there was a new mod I got, and it's got various vintage augers, kind of like the Westfield one. Actually, I'm in the wrong system. And there's like a little, yeah, this little like John Deere, oh, I'm gonna call it like a little jumper auger. And we're gonna get that for the farm, so that way we don't have to use the, whatchamacallit anymore. And I still haven't gotten the drill put away yet. We gotta find a new home for that, because as you probably could tell last episode, ever since they updated the drill, it is quite a bit larger than it was before when we first put it in. So we're gonna have to find a new home for that. We'll probably put it in the machine shed over here by the road. So the task we're gonna try and get done today, we're gonna get our oats hauled in. We're gonna get a bunch of equipment cleaned up and put away since we're pretty much done with it for the season. And we're gonna start the month of December off with getting we're gonna get the, gosh, I'm struggling. Start getting the sawmill lumber mill filled back up again. Actually, I haven't checked our cattle. I feel like we should have. Yep, there we go. All our cows just had their calves, and we're sitting good. And as they can tell, these ones are starting to depreciate, so we'll have to get those hauled in today as well. Make sure we get what cash we can out of them. So for next season, I'm not planning on getting any more ground. We're gonna see how well we handle it with the equipment we have now and see where we need to make adjustments. I keep saying we need to update our drill, but with us just doing as little as we need to drill, we don't really need to yet. It'd just be more of a luxury thing to have a actual big, good-sized drill, I should say. Okay, yep, there we go. But we're gonna haul this jumper auger back, and we're gonna get it set up. So I feel like this will be a lot easier to manage versus us trying to have to. Oh jeez. Versus us having to try and manage that big Westfield one all the time. And plus, this was only $1,000, so I don't think we're out too much money. I mean, we wasted money on dumber things, I feel like. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else that we need to take care of today. I don't think so. And oh shoot. So I'm gonna believe this as corn yet. All right, so let's just take a step back here for a second, because I changed my mind in the last 3 episodes, and I don't like that. So obviously we got 2 corn. We're gonna put these 2 fields into corn. This will be beans along with that one, and then we're gonna put this into corn, and this as well into corn. So maybe, oh, let's try and decide. Maybe we'll just put that into beans, and then we'll put this into oats down here. Yeah, I think that might be a better idea. We'll just leave these 2 cornfields. We'll have one big one here, and then we'll have this one over here. Well, actually, because we'll have two big we'll have 2 big bean fields this year, coming fall. So actually, we'll put that into oats, corn, beans, and then obviously over here we'll just have all corn along with this as corn, and then have this as beans. That's what we're gonna go with. I've finally made up my mind. And watch as we get into the next few months, I'll change it again probably, or forget how I wanted it. But we're gonna have to get this all sold today. Like I said, we're gonna do some tidying up around the yard for today's episode as well. This truck right here for now. And I did haul up some TMR. Oh, some TMR stuff to the cattle up there. So I just did what I said I was gonna do. I just see how high we can get that. I think that should be high enough. And there we go. I think we should. I guess I never tried it with this bend mod, so we'll see what happens. I hope it works because I really enjoyed these bends. So we'll leave that there. We need to get our 40/20 over here. And you know, I was just thinking after I got done recording the last episode, I've kind of gone backwards from like combines my folks have first started with, because the first combine I ever been in was actually a gleaner. It was an F2, and it was a pretty rink-a-dink thing. It's a lot smaller than the N series. And the thing I remember about that combine is that we had no AC, so we always rode with the door open to keep airflow. There we go. Just say. Okay. We're set up there. Well, let's go get the 75/20. But with that gleaner, we always had to ride with the door open, and when we did oats, I remember I had to ride in there because there was no other good place for me to be while they were combining oats. And I remember it, I always hated it just because if you ever been around oats dust and such like that, it's always so itchy, and the stuff itself is irritating. I guess we didn't need to go that high, but that'll work out. There we go. But it was just such an irritating thing, and it was not the most comfortable riding machine because this was way before they invented buddy seats and stuff like that for all the newer combines. The buddy seat we had in that was riding on a toolbox or a little like 2.5 white gallon pail up that was turned upside down. So it was definitely not the most comfortable thing. And the other thing I kind of remember was that the combine kind of looked, I shouldn't say combine looked goofy, but it was kind of a goofy way. Like some of the rims got damaged when we used it, so basically the one side of the combine still had its original like Alice orange rims on it, and then one side, one of the front drive wheels had a white rim, and then one of the back ones had a bright yellow one, kind of like the Kilbros wagons have on here. It was kind of a goofy looking thing at the time, but we ended up running that combine until the engine gave out on it, and then we actually sold it to a local dealer who bought it for their scrapyard because there was enough people who still ran that combine at the time that they had a whole scrapyard of gleaners that you could go out and find parts off of, and they would sell it to you. And I remember one of the times growing up that we actually had to go out there and scavenge a combine for a part, and I think we spent a better part of 2 or 3 hours out there just finding it, and then having to remove it and haul it up and pay for it. But it's kind of interesting how much things have changed, because you don't even find stuff hardly like that anymore. But we're going to jump into the time lapse here finally. I'm hoping we beat the snow before we get our manure hauled and such, so we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright everyone, we're getting to the point where we're going to start wrapping this episode up. We didn't really beat the snow for haul manure, but at least we got it all done before it got too sticky out. As you can see, we got ourselves a little TMR wagon now. And we're getting a batch mixed up for the cattle for the other side of the, not the other side, but we're up at the pasture here, so we're going to get one batch at least mixed tonight and get hauled up there. I think this will, even though it's kind of a smaller wagon, I think it'll still be good enough. We'll just have to do like a batch probably every other day, which is not a big deal. It'll kind of keep us, it'll help us keep up to mixing TMR up down here as well for our dairy cattle as we mix it up for the other cattle as well. I'm thinking this should be the right ration, right? Oh, nope, I'm gonna skid steer. Okay, yep. So if we just go about 50% silage, that should be good enough for us. So, and then we'll just drop this bale and the rest of this bale into the automated TMR mixer here, and we'll be good. This will actually be quite handy. Instead of having to try and worry about drop full bales all the time, we can just put these partial ones in here. We'll be sitting all right. Yep, there we go. We're starting to make more again. Can't remember, did we get this completely filled? We did not, so let's top that off. Just make sure we have enough space in there. And before we close the episode out, we'll see how well the 40/20 handles pulling that little wagon up there. In reality, it should have no issue at all. But you know, some of the stuff I feel like that should handle it isn't really set up in the game the way it should be, if that makes sense. Because I know we got a bigger, I think we got a TMR mixer a little bit bigger than this one. It's a vertical auger one, which might require a little less power. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, versus the horizontal style one we got here. And we got like a little 1100 Massey on that one for us, so, and it handles it extremely well. In fact, that tractor never gets pulled off there unless we have issues with it. So it's literally designated the TMR mixing tractor. I don't even remember how much food we had left. We brought 30,000. I don't even know if we'll be able to even empty this whole wagon up here. Find out here shortly now, won't we? I'm sorry, I'm just kind of taking a moment listening to the engine sounds. Because that is really cool how accurate this is. Because I never really taken time to like appreciate all the immersion sounds that Giants have done and all the modders have done with their equipment. They have definitely done an awesome job. And wow, they still have I wonder if they have room for more yet. They do, wow. But we're not gonna worry about that. That'll last them more than long enough, and if not, I can always make another batch up during the winter months, and that'll keep us busy at least. But like I said, this is where we're gonna wrap up today's episode. Next episode will be kind of a flyby of the next 2 months as usual. My goal is right now is I originally was gonna buy the semi next, but I think I want to invest into that furniture shop next, and then the semi is next on the list. Yeah, that's the way we're gonna go, because I think I kind of want to stockpile. Actually, that's one thing I should look at quick, because I think milk is usually at a decent price this time. 12.83. What is it? 13.39. So next month we'll have to look at some another 10,000 liters, so that way we don't get our tank too. Let our tank get too full over here. I think you'll just park this inside next to the white and the slurry tanker for now. But if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe so you can stay up to date to the latest series. Above all else, I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of the day. And most of all, thanks for watching.